Please see now. Is it okay? Please check. Remaining students, you please go and tell me that is it okay?
It's clear, sir.
Is it clear now? Yeah, please answer once again that is it voice and the screen visible, everything is fine.
Clear, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. Uh, so we go ahead with this now. See, last class what we have seen is that we have seen DC separately excited motor. So for this motor, what we did now, what we did last time is that we have seen the motoring control, regenerative control, then both motoring and regenerative control, then dynamic braking. These are the topics we have studied for the DC separately excited motor. So that is using the chopper. Okay, first quadrant and second quadrant choppers. Using these choppers, we have gone through all these topics. Okay, so similarly, the same topics will go through with this series motor. So for the motoring, first I will see the motoring condition. So you recall yourself that this is EB. For the motoring, we are trying the circuit diagram. The chopper circuit diagram does not change. Only the motor will change. Now, what is how it is different with the previous case? That is, this is RA plus RA. Because series motor, you have both plus minus not. And this is EB. This thing is there. So see, everything is except one extra resistor, and that resistor also you can include in the armature resistance, so it becomes only one resistor. So circuit wise there is no difference. Circuit wise you see there is no difference. You don't find out any difference circuit wise. Okay. So then if the circuit wise no difference, then we can say this thing that E naught even in the operation we get E naught is equal to half of this is sorry, this is EA.
Sir, voice break అవుతుంది sir.
Network is fine here with me.
Sir, there are so many number of Chrome tabs, sir. Maybe they are consuming
Yeah,
resources.
so no, they are not running at all. They are just they're just there itself. And one more thing I will tell you that they are inactive totally. I just put them like that so that I will not forget few tasks are there. I have some tasks. So, so to avoid this memory loss, I just put those tabs just like that. But they are not active. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, anyhow, okay, whatever maybe, but see, every class is like this only. So now only we are getting some kind of problem. There is a network problem at my place, I think. Maybe that's the problem. Network problem is there. So now, is it clear? You tell me that is it clear? So whenever you say it is not clear, I will start over once again. No problem. I will starting over once again. I will start over once again. No problem. Screen and screen can be visible. Yeah. So the device is breaking sometimes. Is it clear?
ఇప్పుడు
Still
బ్రేక్
having
అవుతుంది sir.
problem.
And buzzing is
Okay.
there, sir. Some sort of buzzing noise.
Okay. The buzzing noise is I think because of the micro which I am using. Okay. So I will try to change that microphone. Okay. To the next like the buzzing sound is some kind of you know background noise. Is it correct? Some background noise. Noise
Yes,
is there,
sir.
is it? Noise.
Yes, sir.
This noise is because of I think so this good quality microphone which I'm using. I think. So I will try to speak loudly so that you can overcome this problem. I will speak loudly so that the noise will not be heard much. But what about this one that is still breaking my is still there is a discontinuity in my voice in the answer. Then I'm just continuously I'm checking with the network connection. The network connection is fine. The network connection looks fine. Please answer. Still breaking.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు లైట్గా బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
Hmm. Because last classes it was fine. It was clearly heard. Previous classes it was clearly heard. Yes, please answer last.
Yes, sir. They were
I
fine,
think
but sometimes it breaks.
now.
Most of the time, it's fine,
Sometimes.
sir. Last classes.
Okay, I think maybe network issue. I will do one thing. I will restart this. Okay, but Yep. Now please answer. Is it fine now? Is the screen visible and yeah, please anyone answer. Is the screen visible now? Is my voice clear?
Sir, yes,
Yes.
sir.
Is it voice also clear? Please answer.
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, okay, thank you. So we'll go ahead with this now. See, whenever you don't find out any problem, you find out any problem, stop there and you can do it. Okay. So now, see here, what I said just now is that separately excited DC motor. On the DC motor, we have we have seen the motoring condition, then regenerative condition, combined both motoring and regeneration. Then we have seen for the separate condition. Motoring quantum of UO, so that's how I have run. And it's very same as the separately separate DC motor, except in case of RA, you have RA plus RF. This is the only difference we find out. So the circuit does not change. So as the circuit does not change, you will see that it is equal to alpha EA. E naught is equal to alpha EA. So this output voltage remains same. With alpha is equal to T R by T. T R by T. This is alpha. Okay. So now, what about the motor equation? Now you see the motor equation here. The motor equation we will see here. What is the motor equation? Is that E naught is equal to EB plus, so this current is IA. You know very well IA into RA plus RF. This is E naught value. Okay. So from this, what is EB? EB is equal to E naught. E naught is alpha EA minus alpha EA is minus RA plus RF into IA. So now similarly, we have one important equation. What is that important equation for the torque, electromagnetic torque? What is that equation for the electromagnetic torque? The equation for the electromagnetic torque in case of your DC series motor is some constant K1 into IA square. This you know, because for the DC series motor, this is the equation. So from this, what is IA? IA is equal to TE by K1 over square root. We will substitute that here. Then what you will get here is that. And one more thing is that how can I write EB? EB can be written as, okay, some constant K, what you have seen there. EB, you recall EB. EB is equal to pi ZN by 60 into T by E. This we have seen. How can you write this here? This flux depends upon armature current. Okay, that is in case of your DC series motor. So phi A Zn is there. So N, I have to write N. No problem. So I will write here EB is equal to some constant K2 into phi N. I can write like this. Then from this, what is phi depends upon IA. So I will write here. That implies EB is equal to some constant K3 into then IA into N. This you will get. Okay. So we will write that thing. So EB we write like this. Okay. So what we will write here is that. So everything will substitute here. So EB is equal. Sorry, I will replace EB with this. K3 into IA into N is equal to alpha EA minus IA into RA plus RF. Okay, then we still can write this thing that K3 into N into, how can I write IA? I can use this equation, square root of E by K1, that is equal to alpha EA minus square root of E by K1 into RA plus RF. You can write like this. Then, yeah, so it becomes, now you see here, now it becomes a relationship between speed and torque. So we will further, I want to find what is N here. N is equal alpha by K3 into EA into square root of K1 by TE. Okay. Minus, so both will get cancelled here, then it becomes RA plus RF by K3. Yeah, this is the relationship which shows between speed and torque. We will draw the graph here between speed and torque. I hope you remember that in case of your motoring condition, it is first quadrant. So I put in first quadrant. So we will put, see, if I put T is equal to 0, what you will get here? If I put T is equal to 0, speed becomes, yeah, it's very large value, some large value you will get here, very large value, infinite value, infinitely very large value. Okay, and then if I go on increase the value of TE, then this value will decrease. So if this value decreases, slowly you will find out this also decreases. So increasing the value of TE, it shows that the speed decreases, but not linearly, because this is in the square root, whereas this is here, there is no square root. It means there is a square relationship with there. Okay? So now let me put N0. If I put N0, what we will get here? This becomes here. If I put speed 0, somewhere you will get so let me go on increase the, so when this happens, when speed 0, let me go on increase the value of T. So let me increase T. So somewhere, so RA plus RF, these values are small generally. So when this becomes very small, will T value. So likewise, if you analyze and you solve, then you will find out that the graph will be like this. And let me tell you one thing, this graph we got already every time for the DC series motor, this is the graph you will get here. But what is the difference between this graph and the previous graph is that, previous cases, what are the differences is that, what is the difference we will find? There is alpha is there here, that's important. There is alpha is there. Okay. So everything is same. If you change the value of alpha, what will happen? What will happen if you change the value of alpha? You will get different graphs. You will get different graphs. Okay. So this graph will go upwards when you increase alpha. Increasing alpha, this graph goes upwards. You can check yourself because more alpha is there. So this is the relationship between speed and torque for the DC series motor in motoring condition. Now next one is regenerative condition. We will go regenerative. Okay. Regenerative condition will go. So what do you find out in the regenerative condition is that? Yeah, we have the circuit diagram. We have to go ahead with the circuit diagram. See, the circuit does not change. Whatever the circuit we are using, only the motor changes here. And that too, what is the main difference between this motor and the previous motor? You see, the main difference is that in place of RA, you will have RA plus RH. That's it. There is no other difference. So circuit wise, there is no difference here. This analysis is very same as the previous one. Okay, and I want to recall this thing that we already did this. E naught is equal to how much you got? EA into 1 minus alpha. Please recall. You got this derivation for regenerative case. That is a quadrant 2 chopper. This is what we got. Okay. And then what else we have here? Once we got E naught, we have this relationship E naught is equal E plus. Now, one important thing you must in this case, in the derivative, you have seen that IA is in the opposite direction. So, IA is negative. This is what you have to understand here. So, in that case, what do you find out here? What is that? So, if IA is negative, then so in place of IA, you put minus IA. So, minus IA plus R. This you will find out. There is no other difference you will find out. Okay, and then what's next now? What's next is that what do you find out EV? EV we have got last class, that not class, this class itself, that last topic. What we got EV? EV equation we get here. EV is equal, yeah, K3IAN. So K3IAN in the sense this IA becomes minus, so minus K3IAN. Now N value does not change because see, even I told you already, even you are applying brakes to your vehicle, the direction of the vehicle does not change, the wheel direction does not change. So N values still remain positive. Only IA becomes negative. Okay. And then second thing is that electromagnetic torque, you have one equation K1 into IA square. What you must understand here is that even if IA becomes negative, as this is IA square, even IA becomes negative as this is IA square. So this remains positive. This is the this does not change because IA square is there. It's not IA, it's IA square. So then we go ahead with this now. Uh, then from this equation, what is IA? It becomes now IA. So square root of TE by K1. This is IA. This is IA. You got square root of TE by K1. This is so then we go ahead with this. Then we substitute that. What is A into everything we substitute here. So A into 1 minus alpha is equal to EB minus K3B into IAN. So minus IA into RA plus R. Okay. Then what's next now? We substitute that. So we want N. As we want N here. Okay, so K3 into IAN is equal to K3 into IAN. T by K1 into N minus T by K1 into IAN. So, so we go ahead with this now. So it becomes now what is N? I want to find out N. So you take this side and go this side. Then it becomes minus A into what becomes alpha by T3. So then this becomes minus RA plus RF by K3. So I got that this further. simplify this further, then how do we do this? 1 minus alpha, so we take the value of alpha. This is somewhat little tricky because you have the square root here. The t is never, if it is negative, then it becomes imaginary value. So we'll do one thing. We'll just further simplify this. N plus RA plus RF by K3, that is equal minus E into 1 minus alpha by K3 square root of K1 by T2. Okay. And then what's next now? What's next is that we bring this equation here. Yeah, we simplify this equation. So if we simplify this equation, see, we have to draw the graph here, this side. The speed is there, here torque is there. T is there because this is second quadrant. So this is second quadrant. Okay. So here we'll do one thing for different values of TE, we'll get the graph like this. See, the shape remains same, except you get in the second quadrant. So this is for increasing alpha. Increasing alpha. So increasing alpha, you can see alpha value ranges from 0 to 1. So when it ranges from 0 to 1, you take any value. Okay. For different values of torque, you will get different values of speed. Okay, so you get power negative here also. Even in this case also you get power negative. So if you get power negative, then that's it. So you will find out that so it takes back. So this is the torque speed characteristics. So it is in regenerative way. Okay. So simplifying these equations, okay, what we have taken here, please recall that E naught is equal to E into 1 minus alpha. So then you have seen that the current gets reversed. When the current gets reversed, okay, so what is the equation you will get now? EV is equal IA E naught plus IA. So the equation which I have written here. Then after that, what is EV? EV here, by getting the 60 into P by A, so this remains same. So N rotation does not change. So phi value here, now it gets reversed. Why it gets reversed? It reverses in the sense the phi depends upon the current IA. So as IA here negative, so we'll put here negative. Then electromagnetic torque PE is equal to K1 into IA square. So even though IA is negative here, as it is square, you will find out still that. So using these equations, please check yourself that what are the equations. You will get this one because this is second quadrant you must get, and this is how you get. Okay. So for different values of TE, you find out different values of. So now combinedly, if we draw both motoring and regenerative braking, then what do you find out here is that the graphs you will find out. This is for motoring condition, this is for regenerative condition. Okay, this thing you will get here. Okay, So now what we do is now we will go the combined one. So combined one is nothing to recall that circuit diagram. Okay, which is circuit diagram here. The same circuit diagram. Which one? This circuit diagram. I hope you remember this when I explain about this one, S1, S2, D1, D2, RA plus RF, LA, EB. Okay. So you recall yourself. It is A. This voltage is E now. Recall yourself that switch 1 is closed first, then if the switch 1 is closed, then EA switch 1, then this is the closed path. So in that case, E naught is equal to EA. Then when the switch is open, this current will try to flow through D2, then it forms a closed path, so E naught is equal to 0. So now when you close the switch S2, then what do you find out is that the current will circulate through S2. When you open that, it will go through D1 and D2. So both regenerating and motoring conditions are there here also. So everything is same. Everything is same. There is no change here. Okay. Okay. So please see this here. We'll go ahead with this. Okay. So both it is there. So then if you recall, one case I will tell. S1 is on. So this is only repetition of the topic. Nothing else. S1 is on. Then we find out EI. Then 2 S1. Then 2. RA plus RF. LA. EB. Is E naught. So E naught is equal to E naught. In this case, E naught is equal to E naught. The current will equal like this. This is S1. Okay. So when S1 is off, we find out that the direction of the current will remain same. The direction of the current will remain same. RA, RF, LA, EB. In this direction will remain same. LA. Then what do you find out is it flows through D2. It forced the diode D2. So this is D2 is there here. It forced the diode to conduct. So in this case, E naught is equal to 0. So E naught. So this is during 0 less than equal to T less than equal to T on. Whereas this one T on less than equal to T less than equal to T. So this one. Okay. So now here E naught is equal to EA. Then what is the average value? We have seen this thing. Average value is that E naught is equal to alpha EA. This we everyone knows this thing. This is the derivation we have done even in the previous day also. So now alpha EA is equal. Okay, right. E naught is equal to EB plus IA into RA plus RF. Okay. So from this what we can do is that what is IA? I want to know what is IA is equal to alpha EA minus EB by RA plus RF. See, this is in case of your series motor. Whereas in case of separate axis motor, what is that? Alpha EA minus EB. Everything is same except in place of RA plus RF. So this is for separately excited DC motor. Whereas this is for series motor. Okay. Now both the cases, the equation for IA remains same, except the denominator is different here. Now when IA is positive, IA is greater than 0. When alpha EA greater than EB, I can say like this. Then I say like here also same thing. When IA is positive, when alpha EA is greater than EB. Yes, this is the condition. This is the condition. So can I say IA is positive is nothing but motoring? It is motoring. So for the IA is positive, this is IA flows from source to the load. So IA is positive. So what is the condition? Alpha EA greater than EB. So when IA is negative, when less than 0, when alpha EA is less than EB. Here also same thing. Even separately excited DC motor also is negative when alpha EA is less than EB. Yes. So the same condition we got even for this separate X motor and DC series motor, that alpha EA, if it is less than EB, then in that case you see this equation becomes negative. It means IA becomes negative. So IA becomes negative. This is which one it is? Regenerative control. Please recall yourself. It is regenerative control. Why it is so regenerative control? Because alpha gets reversed. Okay, that is second quadrant. It enters in second quadrant. Okay, so it enters into second quadrant. So then once we understand this, this one, then we'll go to dynamic braking control. You recall what we did in case of your RV, which is there. Then you have the motor. This is RA plus RF. And this is LA. And this is EB. Okay? This is E0. Please recall yourself. I want you, so that you'll understand yourself that what we did there, what is the energy dissipation we did there in case of the dynamic control of okay. I think if you remember this thing, that same thing, whatever we did there, we do the same thing here. IS into IA. So IA square into RB into T minus T on. Okay, whole divided by T. This is average power dissipation in RB. This is the formula which we got there. Here also same thing. Then from this IS square into RB into 1 minus RB. So this is the average power dissipation. Okay. Then what is the effective? How can you write the effective? How can you write the effective resistance RBE? RBE can be written as RB into 1 minus RB. There is no change. So these three topics which we discussed, okay, last two this is separate electric motor. We are also same thing, except some equations will change. So based on the equations, the graph, speed torque graph also changes. Okay, and there is no other change. There is no other change you will find out. Okay, and then what we do is now. So after this, we solve a numerical problem. So that will be fine if you solve a numerical problem. So now you see the numerical problem. A 220 volt, 300 RPM, 300 ampere. Sorry, a 220 volt, 300 RPM, 300 ampere DC series motor has a okay. Now you see a 220 volt 300 ampere DC series motor has a combined resistance of armature and field of 0.04. So RA plus RF value he has given in the problem as this is what is this value? This is RA plus RF. RA plus RF value how much? 0.04 and is running on no load as a generator. That's important. So it is running on no load as a generator. The field winding connected to a separate source. Okay. Yes. How do you run a DC series machine as a motor generator? This is the procedure that you have to excite the source separately. Okay, then we can run it as a generator. So we might have seen that in case of the DC machines there. Okay, so we will not discuss more about that. So what you understood here is that the DC series motor, which is having these ratings, okay, now it is running as a generator. That's it. So now it shows the following magnetization characteristics at 600 rpm. So at 600 rpm, these are the magnetization characteristics. I hope you recall the magnetization characteristics of DC motors or DC machines. What is the magnetization characteristics? Now what is this voltage? This is the field current and this is terminal voltage. This is the terminal voltage. So you run at no load. Please recall that something like this you do that. This is IA, this is voltage. So you get something like this. Please recall. Some kind of curve you will get like this. Okay. So this is between terminal voltage and the field current. So terminal voltage and the field current. So based upon that you have this called magnetization characteristics. Okay. So that characteristics he has given the top. Then what he is asking, the motor is controlled by a chopper. Okay. Now comes the chopper here. So now the motor is controlled by a chopper from the source of 220 volts. So the chopper voltage is 220 volts. Calculate the motor speed for a duty ratio of 0.8 and a motor current of 300 rpm. First question. Second question is calculate the torque for a speed of 500 rpm and duty ratio of 0.8. Okay, so these are the two questions. So what you must understand here is that he has given in the data the ratings of the DC series motor. Second thing is that he has given the data for the magnetization characteristics. That's it. So these two data he has given. Then he is asking some questions. So now it's always better that the solution you always start with the question. That what is the question he is asking? He is asking the motor speed for a duty ratio of 0.8 and a current of 300 ampere. Okay. So now, what is your job is now? Where can you find out this motor speed first of all? Where can you find out this? So in which equation you find out the motor speed in case of the DC series motor? So one equation I will get here. EB is equal pi ZN by 60 into T by A. Yeah. This is one equation in which you find out the speed. Okay. So to find out the speed, what you require here? Okay. So of course some constants also there. So EB is one of. So I will say this thing that EB is proportional to N. I can write like this. You can write like this. Okay. So of course this current is also there. This current is also there. Phi, I will get better. I will get phi also because in case of the DC series motor, phi is also very good. Okay, remaining our constants now. Yes, now we'll add like this. Then what's next now? So can I say like this that EB it is proportional to IA into N because your so what can you do here is that right now.
Sir, your mic is off, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry that I put that mic on. So, okay, thank you for reminding this thing. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead now. So, please see here now. See, we are searching how to do this. The question is that calculate the motor speed for a duty ratio of 0.8 and motor current 300 ampere. Now, what I am doing is now, which equations are there which has speed? That's what I am searching now. This is one equation, EB is equal to 5 n by 60 into B by A. So, I can write EB proportional to n into 5 because 5 is also variable because 5, this time 5 is also having some kind of relationship. Okay. So, and then EB, I can write 5 depends upon IA. So, EB proportional to IA into N. Okay, EB is proportional to IA into N. That I can write. Okay. Then, what is IA in the problem? He has given 300 ampere. So I have written 300 ampere. Then, how can I go ahead further? See the magnetization characteristics. Okay. So in the magnetization characteristics, one data we have got. Please see this data. What is this data? This data is this is IF. IF value at IF is equal to 300 ampere. What is the terminal voltage? It is 211 volts. That's important. So then I will draw the circuit diagram of this series motor. This is series motor. I will draw. So this value is RA plus RF, and now in the problem he has given as 0.04 ohm. This he has given. Now LA we don't require actually, so this is back EMF EB. Now here the voltage is E naught. Armature voltage, or it is from the chopper, output of the chopper, because it said there is a chopper in there. So now you see here, so this current is IA. Current is IA. Now can I say this thing that IA is equal to IF here, because this is a DC series motor, so field current and armature current both are same. So when field current, armature current both are same, then we'll see one thing. He is asking, so he has given data that armature current is 300 ampere. So your IF is also 300 ampere. I can say like this because armature current is 300 ampere. Then in that case, what we find out is that you see that data that at IF is equal to 300 ampere. What is the terminal voltage from the magnetization characteristics? The terminal voltage from the magnetization characteristics 211 volts. Okay. So what is the terminal voltage in the sense? The voltage here. The voltage here. It is 211 volts. It means E naught I can say like this. What we can say E naught. So then we get some idea from this. So we got this voltage as 211. So we got 211. Terminal voltage as 211. Then what is the relationship between terminal voltage and EB? I can write 211 is equal to IA into RA plus RF plus EB. I can write this equation, average equation, because terminal voltage he has given and IA value he has given. Then what are the other unknowns? What are the other unknowns? Yeah, 211 minus IA value is 300 into 0.04. So that's it. We got some data here. EB. We got EB here. Okay. So EB we got here. EB, how much EB is there? What is EB in this case? 300. So it is 12 volts. 12 volts. So 12 volts is 199 volts. I will write 199 volts. So we got this answer. So EB we got in this case. In this case, EB we got. Okay. Then what's next? What he is not asking for the EB, he is asking for the motor speed. So then we need to know the equation here. We need to know everything here. What is Z, what is 60 or 60, what is Q. So this constant we need to know. Okay. So then how to find out this? Okay. Anyhow, we got this data. So and then only we can. So we are searching for the N here. So we are searching for the N here. So what we know, EB we know. Then IA we know. Then the remaining things we don't know. Okay. So then anyhow we'll put this data here as this. Then we go to see the question once again. What is the question? He has given the rated values of the question. What is the rated values of the question? The rated values are that 220 volts, 300 ampere. So this rated value he has given. So we'll do one thing. And one important thing is that the data which we have done here is that for 600 RPM. So this is for 600 RPM. So the speed here is 600 RPM. This data he has given. The speed is 600 RPM. So now, one data he has given. and the ratings he has given here. So we'll do one thing, we'll find out the back EMF and the ratings. What is the ratings of the transformer? 220 volt, 300 ampere. Okay. So at this we'll find the back EMF. What is the back EMF? We'll get 220 minus 300 into 0.04. Okay. So these are the ratings. What is the answer? You get 12, you subtract 12, then you will get 208. Okay. This is not useful here. We don't require here actually. Because one more data, I think some data is missing here. We have to find out what is the data. Okay. So yeah, we got this data. What is the data is that? I think in the problem he has given the duty ratio. So if he has given the duty ratio, yeah, 1 EB we got here. 1 EB we got from the magnetization test. We need another EB, then only we will do something. But this EB is not useful here. Is not useful here. So because he said some duty ratio here. So at this duty ratio, what is the E naught value? Yeah, we will get now. E naught is equal to alpha EA. So 0.8 into what is EA? Supply voltage of the chopper 220 volts. And what is the answer? Yeah, 176 volts. Yeah, we got E naught is equal to 176 volts. Then what is EB from this E naught is equal to EB plus IA RA plus cos RA plus RA. Then E naught is equal to 176 is equal. Yeah, now we got EB plus 300 into 0.04. So we will take 300 only because what is the advantage that he said current 700 ampere. Now in that also he has 300 ampere. So these are the similarities we got. That is the rating also we got the same thing. Then what is the EB in this case? 176 minus 12. 164 volts. Yes, we got EB. So we got two EBs here. Please see this now. 199 volt and 164. So at this EB, what is the speed? Because this EB we got from the magnetization characteristics. So from the magnetization characteristics, he said the speed is 600 rpm. Now he is asking what is the speed here? He is asking. Why he is asking what is speed here? Because at this value of alpha, that is 0.8, he is asking what is the speed. So the question is here. So at alpha is equal to 0.8. So what is E naught we got at alpha? We got 164. So at this 164 E naught, then from that you will get EB. So at this EB, what is the speed he is asking? At one speed we know already, that is 600 rpm. What is the speed we got? 190 volts. How we got 190 volts here? Because from the data magnetization characteristics, that is he said that it is 600 rpm. So we got this. Okay. Then we will go ahead with this now. EB proportional to IA into N. Then EB1 by EB2 is equal to IA1 by IA2 into N1 by N2. Now one important thing you must understand here is that IA1 is equal to IA2. Why it is so? Why it is so? Because what is the current we have taken here? 300 ampere. Whereas in this calculation also, what is the current we have taken? So the current remains same. Because he said in the problem, you see, the question is that at the motor current 300 ampere. So the field current also, the magnetization characteristics also we have taken 300 ampere only. So the current remains same. So as the current remains same here, IA1, IA2 both are same. So we will get this answer. EB1 by EB2 is equal to N1 by N2. So that's it. We got now. So 199 divided by 164 is equal to N1 is equal to 600 RPM divided by N2. So we have found N2. So what is N2 from this equation is that 100 into 164 approximately got 494. Yeah, that's it. So we got the first question, that we got approximately this value. So then we'll go to the next question. What is the next question he's asking? So see, always you have to go ahead with the the question is that speed you have to find out. Then you search the data and what is the data calculated and you can go on. Then next start is that calculate the torque for a speed of 500 rpm and the duty ratio of 0.8. So first of all, is asking question B is the torque is asking. What is electromagnetism? How do you find the electromagnetism? If you recall, it is E by omega. What is P? P is nothing but where is the P is in the machine apart from this apart from the losses. So it is EB into IA by omega. This is the equation. So in this equation, what you know, what you don't know, here we see now. So EB, what is EB we got here? How can I find out EB? What is IA? Okay. So on this data we have to search. What is omega? So omega, so speed he has given 2 pi n by 60. So we don't need to worry about that. Two things we don't know. What are those things? What is the particular here? So 500 rpm speed is said. Okay. The next one is this one, 0.8. So duty is 0. So as the duty ratio is 0.8, so for 0.8 duty ratio, alpha is equal to 0.8. Okay. So what is the answer? We got E naught. E naught is equal. E naught is equal to alpha into EA. Alpha into 12. So we got the same answer, 176 volts. We got one. So E naught we got the same. Okay, so because we said that we how do we find out this E naught? How do we do it? Then so duty ratio has given, the speed he has given. So at this speed he is asking torque. So at this speed we can find out what is EB at this speed. So then in that case we have to find out the current also. So because the back EMF depends on the current and also on the speed. So we have given the speed as 500 rpm. Then the duty is 0. So when you find out, when you got the duty ratio, then directly we can say what is the voltage here? 176 volts. So E naught we got directly. There is no doubt in that. Once we got E naught here, then we have to find out EB. To find out EB, I should know what is IA. How to find out IA now? How to find out IA? So the vacuum of here we got now. What about the ratings of the transformer? The ratings of the series motor is 220 volts, 300 amperes. So ratings here. From the rating, somewhere we got a value here. EB we got a value 208. Okay, EB we got a value of 208. Okay, so yeah, from 208. So this is the ratings of the transformer, ratings of the series motor. So from the ratings of the series motor we got that. And the magnetization characteristics we got here 600 rpm. So what is the magnetization characteristics at 500 rpm? This is the question. What is the magnetization characteristics at 500 rpm? Because so how the magnetization characteristics when the speed changes? Okay. This we have to know. 5 by 6. we have IA. Then I will draw the graph here. I'm drawing the graph. So as he did not mention about the current, he did not mention anything regarding current. So we can assume a value here. So because nothing is here given regarding the current, we are not given any information. Like the speed of current. So we do one 600. So now EV, now this conception is possible. EV proportional to IA into N. Okay, so where PE also you know another equation, that is EV into IA by omega. So then EV, okay, then we do one thing that there is another equation for EV. What is that equation? EV is equal to E naught minus IA. This is one more equation we have. So then EV is equal E naught value 176 minus IA into 0.04. So we have got this equation. So EV is there. So from this we can find out IA. IA we can find out from this. Okay, or we can find out. We will do one thing that. So there is no other option other than here going trial and error method. So when he has not given any more data,
Sir,
the more data, yes, please. Yes.
so we know that EB is directly proportional to I into N, no, sir. From there,
Yes.
can we extract one more equation and compare two equations?
That.
Is it possible?
Yeah, means yes,
We have two equations and two unknowns.
This is one. Yeah, this is one equation you are saying. Yes.
Yes, sir. And one
Is
more
this
equation.
you are saying?
Yes, sir. This is one equation.
Or what is the,
And one more
what is the
equation
problem
from.
we get?
We have
one more equation
two
we
unknowns,
want to
right?
get. Yeah, two.
Yes,
we have
sir.
two unknowns, EB and IA. Okay. And this is one equation. What is the other equation?
EB is directly
What is the
proportional
equation?
to IA into N, no, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
We
But
know that two
then you will get
speeds
a
and.
constant here, K. This is the equation actually. Now you have another third unknown there, K is there. Am I correct?
When we have, sir, we have two speeds. We know two speeds. We know one current and one EB, no, sir.
Yeah, from this we can find out K. That's what you are saying.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's correct.
If we
Correct.
use it,
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. We can get the value of K. That's correct. So this,
rather than
yes.
taking constant K, we use like this. We EB by EB2 is EB1 by EB2 is equals to IA1 by IA2 into N1 by N2.
Yeah. Okay. So I understood now.
There we know two
IA1,
speeds, sir.
IA2.
Sir,
Is this the you are saying situation EB2 by EB1 is equal to IA2, NA2, IA1? This one is saying this equation?
yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
There we
Either
know
you
two
can go like
speeds.
this or you can find it constant. Yeah, we know two speeds. One is 600 and one is 500. Okay. But 6 is 500. So then in that case you have another equation for EV. Yes, correct. That is also one possibility that you go for this equation EB2 by EB1 is equal to IA2 N2 by IA1 N1. This is one method. Or after we find out this one, so we better find out the K here. EB is equal to IAN. From the previous thing, we can find out the K value. And in that case also, N value we know here. Then IA, EB, yeah, two unknowns, that's correct. We have two unknowns and two variables. Two unknowns, two variables, that's correct. So either we will use the equation or we will find out the value of K. Okay. Then we got the answers for EIA. That's correct. Then you substitute EIA here. Then you find out that. Okay. Yes. Is it clear? That's correct. So what is actually? Okay. Yes, you can go with the process. Okay. Is it okay? Yeah. So do one thing. Do one thing that please find out this part. Please find out this part because we got the clue already. Because only now we find out this. Okay. Uh,
The voice is breaking.